I bumped into Brian McNamee at the airport last weekend, and he looked very relaxed. He had his running shoes on and all that stuff. And then then this week he announces that he's stepping down from CEO of CSL. Now he's been doing that for 23 years.
I think I think you could make a case that he's been Australia's best ever chief executive. He took over that company when it was a government enterprise, and it was worth $33 million. Right now, it's worth over pretty close, about $20 billion, 20.6, I think it is, and it's just been an extraordinarily good job. He's done very quietly. He's had a couple of slip-ups, but he's made 2 company-changing acquisitions where he's sort of literally bet the company, took a risk, and they've paid off. It's been a fantastic effort.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You can't go past 33 to 20 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
ResMed also announced during the week they're doing pretty well. What do you think? They've done, like CSL, it's been a very good story. The longer term worry that I have about all these medical stocks is that they are dependent to a certain extent by government largesse. And if there's one thing that's coming out of the North Atlantic area, it's going to be that government expenditure is going to be under pressure. I mean, that's a longer term story, but you know, you're paying fairly high multiples for these sorts of stocks.
ResMed's riding the snoring wave, I guess, as a result of the obesity epidemic.
Sure. It's riding the stock market wave. No one can get to sleep.
No one can get to sleep. Listen, Marcus, you went to the Gold Coast this week and presented at the
Australian Investors Association conference. Yep.
And what did you tell them?
Well, the AIA, there were a lot of retirees in the audience, and what I had to say to them was, consider yourself lucky, because you know they have ridden the perfect wave in the last, I keep going on, about 33 years. From 1974 to 2007, the All Ords went up 11.7% per annum. Prior 33 years, it went up 2.9% per annum, and inflation was 4.3%. So no one made any money out of the stock market. So there's been this wave built on borrowing to speculate. And everybody who is at baby boom retiring now has ridden 33 years of property prices and share prices going up. Market's now gone down for 5 years at 9.6% per annum. Don't you think that maybe it's all over? The message has gone out on borrowing. And if you want to be happy, and expectations met is happiness, if you want to be happy, don't expect to make any money the rest of your life, because that was a fantastic wave. The whole finance industry expects it to happen again. Will it? I don't know. It's not happening.
Well, what's going to happen? Well,
consider yourself, if you are now 75, 65, retired, and you rode that wave, consider yourself very lucky. Because my kids are going to struggle to see the same thing.
You're going to be spending all the money you've made. You're going to be spending on your kids to
yeah, basically, and that is already happening, isn't it?
And we're into the reporting season now. The results are starting to come out. Coming up in the next few days, we've got, among other things, we've got Leighton Holdings, Rio, Stockland, Transurban, Cochlear, and Telstra on Thursday. Now, any final thoughts? How do you think? What are you looking for in the results? I suppose it's all about outlook statements.
We've had 40 profit warnings already, so most of the news is already out. Results should be okay. It's the outlook statements that really matter from here.
And do you think?
Yeah. I don't think we'll get much in outlook statements, because I think it'd be a very brave chief executive to be able to predict what will happen next month, let alone
to raise expectations.
6 months.
Right. So it'll be. Don't know the outlook. Yeah. No surprises, because I've already told you that it's going to be bad.
Well, but if we have any positive surprises, stocks will bounce.
Exactly, yeah. I think it'll be about cost cutting, unfortunately. I think it's going to be very dismal.
And that's what we'll have to leave it this week. Thanks to our guests, Mike, John and Marcus, and thanks to you for your company. We'll see you next week.